Hey everyone, I wanted to talk about how we actually pick a president in this country. Because once you learn how the system really works, people's first reaction is usually, oh my God, this is the dumbest way to choose a president possible. I'm not exaggerating. Let me break this down as simply as I can, because most Americans haven't had this explained clearly before. Before any of us ever cast a vote for president, the political parties, not the voters, choose a group of people called electors. Each state party picks its own slate of electors. Democrats pick their slate, Republicans pick theirs. These people are not chosen by the public. They're chosen internally by party insiders. Then, when you vote for president, you're not voting for the candidate directly. You are voting for one of these slates of electors. If your state votes for the Democrat, the Democratic electors get used. If your state votes for the Republican electors get used. And whoever wins the state, even by a single vote, gets all of the state's electors, unless you live in Nebraska or Maine. So it's winner takes all. Then in December, those electors, those party-chosen people, meet at the state capitol and cast the only votes that actually count in choosing the president. Those are the votes Congress counts on January 6th. That's the process. That's how the United States chooses a president. We don't vote for the president directly. We vote for the party, and the party's electors vote for the president. Tell me that doesn't sound like something designed when people still traveled by horse. And it gets even worse. Because of the Electoral College, a tiny group of swing states decides the entire presidential election. Not the country, not the voters, just a handful of states. Every 4 years, everything comes down to the same list. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and North Carolina. That's it. Those 7 states decide who becomes president. If you live in Rhode Island or Alabama or California, South Dakota, wherever, your vote doesn't really matter in the final outcome. The election has already been decided by the time your vote is counted. Candidates aren't campaigning for America. They're campaigning for 7 swing states, and inside them, maybe a dozen counties total. That's who chooses the president. And because so much power is concentrated in so few places, the entire system becomes fragile. Any pressure, any manipulation in just 1 or 2 counties, in just 1 or 2 states, can throw the whole thing into chaos. And because of this system, a candidate can lose the national popular vote, sometimes by millions, and still win the presidency. We've seen it happen twice in the last 20 years. No other major democracy in the world does this. So, yes, you're right to say it. This is the dumbest way to pick a president. It's outdated, it's unfair, it's unequal. It gives some voters far more power than others. It creates the perfect conditions for a constitutional crisis every 4 years. And it's easily exploited by anyone willing to push the system to the breaking point. My students understand this instantly. When I explain the Electoral College to them, they stare at me like I just told them the sky is green. They say, why don't we just count all the votes? And I have to tell them the truth, because our system was designed in the 1700s and nobody has fixed it. And now it's being manipulated in ways the framers could never have imagined. We deserve a system where every vote counts equally, where the person who gets the most votes actually wins, where choosing a president isn't a maze of party insiders, 18th century compromises in 7 counties in 3 swing states. A democracy, it should be simple. More people vote for you, you win, period. And until we fix this, we will keep fighting uphill battles against a system that was broken from the start and is now being exploited by people who know exactly how to take advantage of its weaknesses. If you'd like to support my work, there is a tip jar in my bio. I would greatly appreciate it.